yeah, we're going to talk about what is a developmental organization. And then after that, we'll take a pause to check in. So let's start with, this is, I'm going to be referencing Robert Kegan and Kegan and Lahey from the book And Everyone Culture. I'll put it in the resources in the end if you haven't heard of it. But what their research showed is that everyone is doing a second job for which no one is paying them. And that's their hypothesis that they're testing out. I don't know how, it's a lot of it's anecdotal and trial and error and working with organizations and tracking and really trying things out. There's no rule book for what we're talking about here, but it's definitely an area of interest in sociology and in organizational life. So the idea is that we're all trying to unconsciously preserve or enhance our personal standing. And I want you to notice if you've ever felt yourself doing any of these. Just being honest with yourself, kind of a quick inventory check. Also, maybe managing others' perception of us. Or we might be trying to cover up possible weaknesses that we have. And all of that to sometimes just trying to promote our greatest assets. Now, I know when I started working with Friendy, it was about a year ago, these all came up for me. I mean, and I do a lot of inner work, but once you're in an organization or once it really matters, once you're in a team, once you want to belong, you're even more passionate about what you do, let's face it, even if you're not passionate about what you do, work is personal. And so these unconscious habits or patterns or ways of being will be present unless we start paying attention to them. Hiding is part of the human condition. We naturally want to hide to protect. But this hiding has a cost. It has a cost to us. It has a cost to the organizations we're a part of and these movements that we're trying to move forward. There's a cost in energy, time, resources, and even worse, our creativity and our innovation and our ability to come up with new solutions. And it keeps us stuck in a kind of status quo. And because it's invisible, it can be tricky. It can be elusive. So on the other hand, Kegan proposes that another way of being in our workplaces. And I like this quote saying, the reason behind so much burnout in organizations is the experience of being in a plateau with your development at work. So we sort of flatline. We're kind of on that automatic pilot. And people, I always think it's just working too much that makes us burn out. But what he's proposing is the lack of vitality also behind what we're doing and how we're growing. And then we miss the rejuvenation that comes from fresh challenges that are inviting us to grow, and actually the experience of becoming a different self. So I just kind of wanted to put that in, that focusing on our growth and development as a part of our work brings a kind of pleasure and aliveness. And I'm experiencing it now in Friendy, in these risky, scary places. What emerges doesn't always have to be risky and scary, but often it is. What's possible, though, is kind of a shared excitement and energy and movement as compared to plateauing.